Hey guys, Dylan Tommy here. Gonna cruise the green room tonight. I've been posting videos that haven't really been aquatic related videos, so gonna definitely cruise the green room. We'll check out a couple of things. Let's start over here with the guppy tank, because I noticed a lot of the younger fish have really grown into some beautiful looking little guys. A couple of are female, and I do notice some males in here with some real red in them, and I'm hoping to find them. But the guppy community is getting huge. I'm loving it. Really cool colors in there. And I'd like to catch some of the little ones right now, because there's some really cool fish. Some really beautiful colors. I just don't see a lot of the young fry right now. I see a couple little females in this corner, but I don't see any of the younger males that I really wanted to get a quick look at. But that's alright, let's keep cruising. The guppies are awesome. I'm hoping to you know, extend that breeding community maybe into some other tanks. I was thinking of using this tank down here that's you know, just pretty much a plant grow out tank. The last time you guys saw it, it was pretty much a plant grow out tank, and I think I might put some younger guppy fry in this tank to grow out, and we'll see if we can, you know, grow out some fancy guppies into a larger community than what I have. And a quick look at the albinos. They're still in here. They're so large nowadays, you guys know that. I mean, these are the medium size fish, you know. The dominant guy, he is such a beast. That guy's getting pretty large, but he's not the dominant either. They're very large albino crebensis in here. And the boss hangs back there with the female. So, they might be doing some breeding. Not quite sure. They've kind of set up a little territory, the dominant male and the female, in the same spot that their parents actually had spawned them in. So, I'm hopeful that the albino crebensis will continue their you know, breeding activity in this tank. But I do plan to get rid of a lot of these other males in here. I mean, they're beautiful fish. And they're pretty much ready to go. Decent sized fish. Really beautiful fish too. We'll keep cruising. How's that for a baby Terrascape? I really trimmed it down. I left it, you know, long in some places. But I wanted to, you know, create some hills and valleys and some chasms for the fish to kind of, you know, seek sanctuary, you know, within. Break the line of sight and, you know, just keep a lush scape the way it is. I mean, I get the baby tears growing up almost to the top of the tank over here on this side. And just kind of left it. I mean, eventually I could scape it right down and have it look like a golf course. But I thought I would just let it grow. It's kind of my style. Natural aquatic style is just let it veg. And I'm digging it. It's super green as usual. So it suits the green room. And I'm cool with it. I noticed there's some red cherry shrimp actually breeding back in this tank because they have refuge in this thick clump of baby tears to survive. So another reason to keep that lush scape like that. Quickly we'll look at this little viv over here. It's actually doing very well. A lot of the Java moss that's growing here terrestrially has really started to acclimate after being submerged in the fish tank. All the Java moss that I have in all my vivariums and the Paludarium initially, you know, came out of aquatic systems, so they had to adapt to you know, living on a terrestrial substrate. And these are just kind of starting here. You see the green kind of perking up. Same thing here. This piece of wood, they're starting to adapt to living on a terrestrial face, and I'm happy with it. This little moss wall has been really slow growing, but there's some places that are looking really lush. The moss down here is looking really good. It gets just enough light and the right air circulation to really grow out well. I have a young little bromeliad pup that I had pulled off another plant and kind of stuck it in that corner there, and we'll see how well it does. But even some of the moss that I had pulled from outside, this patch of earth right here, you know, is showing signs of some green life. So I'm hopeful that the moss will eventually cover the entire face here. But just the same, it's been fun to monitor this system and watch it grow out. Everything on this side, the Java moss on this side is growing very well, but this side is continuously wet when the pump system turns on and the waterfall effect drips down. This is a quick look at the green room, guys. I guess we'll check in on the brichardi tank. They're just breeding machines in here. I showed you guys that. There are so many fish in this tank. Look at this little spawn here that's kind of come up into the water column. That's not even the youngest spawn. Usually the youngest spawn is down here. And we see a couple of them down here. We got this whole kind of cloud of young brichardi fry kind of swimming up here in the water column. I think that's cool. They kind of venture out younger and younger because they feel safe. It's a large community here now. And quickly we'll look at the Paludarium. I have one of the lights off. It's getting late, and this last light's about to go off very soon too. But there's the drip system running. Someone had asked me if I could show the system with the drip on, and it runs on a timer, so it's just kind of happenstance that it's on right now. Along with the fan, you can hear it in the background. But there it is. That's the drip. The newts, I had told you, spend a lot of time terrestrial behind this bromeliad. Sometimes I can catch them kind of under this underhang, but they're not out right now. They must be dug up in that cave behind there, which I think is a really cool spot for them to seek sanctuary, but kind of tough when you want to take a good look at them. But when they want to feed, they make their way into the water, and that's when I know they're ready to eat. I have actually recently fed them some earthworms terrestrially, and put it on this little pad, and they took right to it. I didn't have to kind of force feed them at all. They pretty much just fed on the worms that I put there. And this is the Paludarium. That's Escape. The moss is growing out really lush, and I actually plan to keep it trimmed down so a lot of the aquatic vegetation like the baby tears and a lot of the green growth kind of stays at the same length as the moss, because the moss can easily take over everything else. So I do plan to kind of keep it trimmed back different than before, and I'll kind of let it just attach to certain parts of the rockscape, like the cave on that side and a lot of this rock work down here. But I do plan to let a lot of this other aquatic plants kind of grow out, the baby tears and the Ludwigia, and I have kind of some deformis here that's just growing out. I also added, and I haven't updated this, I added some frog spawn, and I don't know how well it's going to do. I just put it in here recently, and it's kind of just floating over there. And we'll see. If it spreads out and it grows, so be it. I do like the contrast with the light green to the dark green. So that was a reason to add that frog spawn to the surface. But there's the Paludarium, guys. Like I said, I wanted to kind of make an aquatic update, since, like I said, I haven't really been making too many aquatic related videos lately. And I actually plan to upload another video that really has nothing to do with aquatics, and I hope you guys can tolerate it. But thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. I appreciate it. Having fun in the green room, letting it grow out. This thing's nuts right now. I really even haven't done any trimming in, a couple of weeks or so, and that's what we're looking like. Maybe I can quickly run into the Mbuna tank, There are definitely some updates in the Mbuna tank. I no longer have the Aratus anymore. Mr. Man is actually back on top. He is the boss man, and things are different in this scape. Last time I updated this tank, everything was cool. The Aratus was running the show, and all 7 of these fish were really living cool. But since the Aratus died, Mr. Man has taken his dominant role back. And he was the boss for some time, if you guys remember. And he has just been kicking ass. Every day, letting everybody know, I'm back on top. You don't want to test me. And it's tolerating. It's tolerable. A lot of these fish grew up with Mr. Man, so they kind of know what it's like for him to run the show. And he's really working them right now. But one thing to update with him is now that he's on top, he's done a lot of digging. He used to do a lot of digging in the past, and now that he is the dominant, he has pretty much hollowed out this entire cave here, all through this area down to glass. And I kind of like it. I always did when he kind of naturalized the tank by doing all the digging that he did. But he's a bit of a brute, especially now that he's back on top. And I don't think it'll last. These fish usually cool out. They're a little older fish. But because he's now officially the tank boss, we got to deal with his regulating status. But I love him. He was always my favorite back when he ran the show. So I gotta love him now. Thanks for hanging, guys. I appreciate it. You guys tank on. Peace.